You've been told to speak smoother, dress sharper, spend more, and impress harder. But what if I told you none of that matters? Because there is one thing, just one, that will make her want you instantly. And it doesn't require a single word. You've been trained to chase, trained to perform, trained to become louder, flashier, more impressive. But what if I told you that the real reason she isn't drawn to you has nothing to do with what you say or what you own, and everything to do with the state of your nervous system? Attraction doesn't begin with talking. It doesn't begin with texting. It doesn't begin with giving gifts or making plans or projecting status. Attraction begins the moment you enter the room, when your biology either triggers her safety response or her stress response. She may not be able to explain it, but her body knows. In milliseconds, her brain is scanning for cues, not of wealth, not of fashion, not of social proof, but of nervous system regulation. Because your nervous system, the invisible control center of your emotional and physical world, is always transmitting a signal. It speaks before you do. It tells her whether you are calm or chaotic, grounded or desperate, safety or unstable. And this is where most men fail, because no one ever taught them this truth. If your nervous system is dysregulated, if you're living in constant stress, tension, or suppressed insecurity, she feels it. She doesn't need to hear your story to know something's off. She doesn't need to analyze you to know you're not safe to surrender to, because her subconscious picks up everything: the darting eyes, the shallow breath, the forward, leaning posture, the compulsive need to impress. To her nervous system, these are alarm bells. Not because she's judging you, but because her biology evolved to detect leadership, composure, and protection in a world full of danger. And if your biology is broadcasting desperation, fear, or anxiety, she will never feel the primal desire you want her to feel. Because her body is not looking for performance, it's looking for peace. It's looking for direction. It's looking for control, not over her, but over yourself. Let this sink in. The most attractive man in the room is not the one who gets the most attention. It's the one who can remain calm in the face of chaos. It's the man who can regulate his own physiology without seeking external validation. The man who can hold tension in his body and breathe through it without crumbling. Because in a world of emotional instability, a regulated man is a magnet. This is why you've seen guys with no money, no six-pack, and no pickup lines still draw women to them. It's because they walk in peace with themselves. They're not chasing, they're centered. They're not performing, they're grounded. This has nothing to do with being stoic or cold. It has everything to do with how well you master your internal state. The greatest seduction isn't in what you say, it's in what you radiate. So what does it actually mean to regulate your nervous system? It means you've trained your body to stay calm when most men panic. It means your breath remains deep and steady even when you feel emotional pressure. It means your shoulders stay down, your spine stays tall, your eyes stay steady. It means your heart rate doesn't spike every time she tests you with silence. It means you don't chase because your biology isn't screaming for validation. It means you know who you are and your body reflects that knowing. And this is where it becomes powerful beyond attraction. Because when you master this state, you're not just more attractive to her, you're more attractive to life itself. Opportunities are drawn to grounded men. Leaders are built on stable physiology. Discipline, focus, and vision come from regulation, not reaction. But most men are trapped in the opposite. They live in chronic fight or flight, overthinking, overcompensating, overperforming, and they wonder why they never feel truly desired. It's because desire doesn't flow toward instability. It flows toward stillness, certainty, groundedness. So if you truly want her attention, stop looking outward. Forget the next clever text. Forget the curated photo. Forget the performance. Go inside. Slow your breath. Stretch your spine. Feel your feet in the ground. Let your body return to baseline. Because when you become the calmest presence in the room, you become the most magnetic. She's not looking for a man who constantly seeks her approval. She's looking for a man who brings her nervous system to rest. And the only way to do that is to master your own. Now let me be clear, this is not easy. This takes work. This requires you to retrain your body, moment by moment, breath by breath, until stillness becomes your new standard. It means sitting in discomfort without reacting. It means practicing breath control until it overrides panic. It means unlearning the performative masculinity that taught you to be loud, flashy, and needy, and replacing it with embodied power. When you do this, when you train your body to be a calm fortress, you will notice something wildy. You won't have to chase anymore. You won't have to convince anymore. You won't have to perform anymore, because your energy will be doing the work for you. She'll feel it before she knows why. She'll feel a pull that isn't based on words or logic. She'll feel safe, seen, and strangely drawn in. And all of that will happen because of what you've built internally. Not your clothes, not your car, not your charm, but your nervous system. That is what speaks the loudest. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be fully here. We've been lied to. Taught that attraction comes from noise, charm, clever words, status, jokes, the flex of personality. But the most attractive force you can ever possess is presence. And presence doesn't talk. Presence commands. Let me say it clearly. The most powerful man in the room isn't the loudest. He's the one who feels the most there. Not scattered, not performative, not fidgeting to fill silence, just rooted, attentive, whole. You want her to want you. Don't try harder. Be deeper. Because she doesn't want another man trying to impress her. She wants a man who doesn't need to. And that energy is built through presence. Presence is not a behavior. It's a state. A state where your awareness is not trapped in your head. It's settled in your body. You're not thinking about the next thing to say. You're not reacting. You're simply witnessing with calm intensity. And that intensity is rare. That stillness is intoxicating. Because it's safe. It's certain. It's real. When you're truly present, everything changes. The way you look at her doesn't feel like you're scanning for her reaction. It feels like you're seeing her. The way you breathe tells her that nothing about this moment needs to be fixed. The way you move tells her your body is not controlled by anxiety. It's led by awareness. And here's what most men don't understand. Women don't just hear your words, they feel your state. So when your presence is weak, when your awareness is scattered, when your attention is jumping between the past, future, and what she thinks of you, she feels the absence. And when your presence is strong, when your attention is rooted like a tree, when your eyes are calm, when your energy isn't reaching but receiving, she melts. Because in that moment, she doesn't just see a man. She feels safety. She feels gravity. She feels like the world slows down when she's with you. Presence is so rare in modern men because they're slaves to distraction. Their minds are always running. Their nervous systems are always on alert, and you can feel it in their bodies. They can't sit still. They interrupt. They lean forward. They fidget. They chase. But a man who has trained presence, he doesn't move unless he chooses to. He doesn't speak unless it matters. He doesn't react. He observes. That's not coldness. That's power. And here's the shocking truth. You don't need a six-pack. You don't need money. You don't need lines. You just need to stop abandoning the moment. Because when you truly arrive in the present, your nervous system calms, your thoughts slow, your breath deepens, your body softens, but doesn't collapse. You radiate trust, composure, and mystery, all without saying a single word. You become the anchor in the room while everyone else is drifting. She may not be able to explain it, but she will feel it, and she will be pulled toward it, not because you tried, but because you stopped trying. Let's go deeper. Presence is the antidote to insecurity. Because when you're fully present, you're not comparing yourself. You're not trying to be chosen. You're already choosing yourself. And in that self-ownership, you become more magnetic than any external trait ever could. Your voice becomes slower. Your body moves with precision. Your silence gains weight. Your gaze carries depth. This is the language of grounded masculinity. It's not loud. It's not chaotic. It's calm. It's clear. It's felt. You don't need to be the center of attention. You become the center of gravity. So how do you build this? You stop escaping. You train your body to remain still under pressure. You learn to feel your feet, your breath, your hands. You practice keeping your awareness in the room, not in your thoughts. You build rituals that root you in the now. Meditation, cold exposure, deep breathing. Anything that strengthens your relationship with sensation over stimulation. And you learn to listen, not just to her words, but to everything. Her breath, her tone, the silence between her sentences. Because presence is not passive. It's active attention. It's the ability to feel everything and react to nothing. It's a controlled fire that warms without burning. And when she meets a man who radiates that energy, she doesn't forget it. Because it's not what he did. It's what he didn't do. He didn't chase. He didn't shrink. He didn't perform. He simply held himself. And in doing so, he held the entire moment. So if you want to be wanted without saying a word, stop seeking and start seeing. Stop trying to be impressive. Start becoming embodied. Your presence is the loudest signal you'll ever send, and when you master it, You don't need to speak. You are the message.